Kansas City has been that team that's been able to win the close game. If if you're in a game with Kansas City and it's maybe a 3 point game or a touch one score game, and Kansas City has a shot, 9 times out of 10, Kansas City has come through. Kansas City has they have Patrick Mahomes, they have Andy Reid. They usually get the job done. Last year, they were big on winning one score games. I think they won the most one score games in the league last year. So that's why this year has been so alarming. The Denver Broncos beat the Kansas City Chiefs 22-19. Now, do not get me wrong. Bo Nix outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He had more passing yards, even though he didn't have a touchdown. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes. However, this wasn't a great offensive game for Bo Nix. Honestly, and that's saying a lot about Patrick Mahomes as well. This was not a great game overall. When the Kansas City Chiefs holds a team to 22 points, they usually could win that game. And this is yet another game where, and I will say this, and I'll give credit where credit is due. Bo Nix made some incredible plays. He made some incredible passes, especially down the stretch. I'm thinking about that last, 3rd and 15, I think that they converted, or 3rd and 10. Bo Nix had some bombs down the field that he connected with. So he had some good moments. But overall, this is yet another game where you can question the offense. But this, in my opinion, says more about the Kansas City Chiefs than it does the Broncos. Not taking anything away from the Broncos. Their defense is still stout. And again, they're doing all this without Patrick Surtain, who is arguably the best corner in football. The reigning defensive player of the year. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that they're going to miss the playoffs, but they're in danger of missing the playoffs. And I can't envision a world where Patrick Mahomes, fully healthy Patrick Mahomes, fully healthy Travis Kelce, fully healthy Chris Jones, fully healthy team, essentially, and an Andy Reid-led team does not make the playoffs. But that is the realization that they're faced with, possibly. Again, I think that there's still enough games and people or bad teams they can beat, but still, right now, they're out the playoff race. It's crazy. And again, it's Patrick. He has not shown, at least this year, as great as he is, he has not shown the ability this year to overcome how bad the offensive line is, to overcome the fact that his skill positions haven't really done. I mean, Travis Kelce had 9 receptions. The next best person had 6, which was Rashid Rice. Kareem Hunt rushed 13 carries for 59 yards. That's not going to get the job done, bro. And yeah. There's no way or shape or form that I think that this Kansas City Chiefs team is good enough to overcome I'll say it like this. The last few years, not for years, maybe the last 2 years, we've lamented about how poor the offensive line has been and how the defense has kind of carried this team. While Patrick Mahomes has been great, his skill positions haven't been great. His offensive line hasn't been great, but his defense has. As we're seeing this year, that looks like it has to be the case, and the defense has not been able to do that. Because there was nothing spectacular, at least offensively, that the Broncos did. They just capitalized when they had to capitalize. And as much as I still don't trust the Broncos because of their offense, this is one of the best teams in football because of that defense. And their offense isn't god-awful, but their defense is spectacular. I'm just being honest. Like, yeah. So, congratulations to the Denver Broncos for beating the Kansas City Chiefs 22-19. You know what I have not talked about enough? And this is on me. I have not given credit to how good the Philadelphia Eagles defense has been this year. And this is coming off the Eagles on Sunday Night Football beating the Detroit Lions 16-9. Now, we've seen games where Jared Goff has looked flustered. He hasn't looked comfortable. We've seen games where this offense, the Lions offense, has sputtered. We've seen games like that. I mean, they're 6-4. However, I don't think we've seen a game this year where Jared Goff and this offense was so discombobulated that it looks like they could do absolutely nothing when they needed to. And that's because of how stout this defense is. This is yet another game where Jalen Hurts doesn't throw for he threw for 135 yards and rushed for 31 yards and was sacked for 11 yards. So if we're doing a little bit of math, 124 plus 31 is 155. This is yet another game where he has less than 200 yards total off. This defense held one of the most explosive offenses in the league to just 6 points. Now, I understand that your nature is your nature. What you do is what you do, and we all know that Dan Campbell is Mr. Go for it on fourth down. And obviously we praise Dan Campbell for having the confidence and having the resiliency to always have faith in your team that they're going to make it on the fourth down plays. Well, this game showed you what happens when obviously we've seen times where it hasn't worked. But this game, it continuously didn't work, and he continuously kept going kept going on the fourth down. Mind you, there was you would probably not know this by watching this game, but the Detroit Lions have one of the best kickers in the league. But you wouldn't know because if they even get an inch across half field, they're going for it on fourth down. And I think the Eagles stopped them like 4 times. So that's 12 points. 12 more points that they probably could have had. I know it's not as simple as that, but and don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming this all on Dan Campbell. I'm not blaming this all on them not making the fourth down plays. But I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs went off five receptions for 107 yards, and he also carried the ball for 39 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't do much of anything. He had 12 targets for 2 catches. Damn. This Eagles defense is, and I'm also giving credit because I was very vocal in the beginning of the year saying that this defense is going to be a question mark, seeing as though they lost a lot of people. They lost a lot of pieces. And some of the pieces that they had wasn't playing up to snuff, at least the beginning of the season. Well, as we speak right now, one of the biggest reasons why they're 8-2 is because their defense is hellacious. Jalen Carter, Jordan, like their defense is like that. And their defense did an exceptional job in slowing down one of I think the second best offense, second or third best offense in the league to just 9 points. I will say though, this offense, A.J. Brown, 7 receptions, 11 targets, 49 yards. And it's funny. We're about to move on, but it's funny. Every time I saw a deep ball, every time I watched Jalen Hurts launch a deep ball, I always said, "Yo, that's going to be incomplete." Like I just every time this game, not saying he can't throw, but every time this game I saw him launch a deep ball, I said, yeah, whoever's on the other end of that is not about to catch that. And lo and behold, most of Jalen Hurts' deep balls this game was overthrown or should have been intercepted. It was just... But hey, he won the game. They won the game, so congratulations to Philadelphia. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.